Hello and welcome back to another episode. Before I get into the meat of this episode, I just want to give you guys a little update. If you haven't noticed already, over the past 2 Mondays, I have not released episodes, and that's because I've been a little busy working. I just started a new job, and that has been taking a lot of my time. But just because I am consumed with work now does not mean that I have stopped loving entertainment. I have continued to watch shows and movies, and there are a lot of things I would like to go over. I probably will split this episode into 2 parts or just make 2 separate episodes going over what I have watched and my opinions on those things. Really wish I could say I could do an episode every single Monday, but the busier I get, the more unlikely that's going to be. So we'll play things by ear, and I'll be able to record things when I can on my days off, and we'll see what I can release. But without further ado, let's get into today's episode. The first thing I want to talk about is Thor, Love and Thunder. I saw this a few weeks ago after my, 10th episode, and it was good. It was just good. It wasn't the best Marvel movie, and it wasn't even my favorite Thor movie. I think Thor Ragnarok is the top Thor movie for me, and I also think it's in the top 5 Marvel movies for me as of right now. There's a lot of movies set to come out from Marvel, so we'll see what happens. But so far, there hasn't been a lot of Marvel movies recently that I've been too crazy about. Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home was fantastic, and I really liked Multiverse of Madness. But Thor Love and Thunder was just alright. I wish it was a lot better. I think my issue with it was they really are trying to go for the comedy aspect. And there was some serious stuff within the movie, but it's just because, like, Thor Ragnarok was comedy driven, but there was a serious story at hand, right? But this was very just comedy only. And the things that were supposed to be serious were very just played down. But as always, I can't talk about this movie any further without talking about spoilers. So if you do not want to hear these spoilers, pause now and come back later after you've seen the movie. There were many things in this movie that were just kind of to me. I think having Jane Foster wasn't a bad thing for the movie. Bringing her back was confusing when I saw the trailer. Once I saw it, it made sense. And within this movie, she has cancer. And that is like a huge part of this movie. Now, going back to what I said, they're playing things down. She has cancer, and it didn't hit like it's supposed to. Like, when you hear someone in a movie, they have cancer, you're like, oh no. And that part is there in your head thinking, oh no, she has cancer. But because the movie is so comedically driven, it didn't hit as much as it should have. I also don't know if it didn't hit the way it should have because we haven't seen her for a while. So it wasn't a character that we've known and loved for so long repeatedly. There's a huge gap from when she was in Dark World to now. So maybe it wasn't like that connection you feel with Jane Foster. Like, oh no, Thor has cancer. Or, when Tony Stark died, that hit hard. So maybe that's also part of the reason why it didn't feel as big. The only question I have is, what was the reason for bringing her back? Obviously, they explained like the reason why she has cancer and why she has the hammer, which the hammer called her, and the hammer is helping her fight the cancer. But then towards the end of the movie, you see that the hammer is actually killing her even more. But the thing is, I'm thinking, is why is she even back? I guess they just tried to use her because they're trying to make a Thor 4, and they had to bring in some kind of different storyline, which is fine, and I guess it was okay, but it's just, like I said, they didn't really hit hard with the cancer thing until the very end where, she ends up dying. Big spoiler. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just crazy and complaining and nitpicking like I usually do, but if you think I am, leave down in the comments and tell me to shut up, but I don't know. It just felt weird to have her back randomly out of nowhere. And like I said, this is a character that we have seen twice in the past 10, 11, 12 years of the MCU. So why all of a sudden are we going to elaborate on the story of why she has cancer and, she had cancer because her mother had cancer? Why are we bringing her back into the story? I don't know. Like I said, I could be going crazy, but I'll leave that one where it is. Apart from Jane Foster, the only thing that really, really bothered me was that they really dumbed down Thor. They made him just some silly oaf walking around, not intelligent. People are like making decisions better than him. I mean, he is Thor, the god of thunder, right? And now we're going to make him this just like dumb guy with a huge axe and flying capabilities and powers. And it was just kind of weird. I mean, He is Thor. He is one of the most powerful people in MCU, and they just kind of dumbed him down, and it was just kind of weird. It was similar to Pirates of the Caribbean 5, where Jack Sparrow was now this washed up pirate. Now, Thor is by no means washed up, but that's it from the things I don't like. The things that I do like were Christian Bale. He was a great villain, absolutely perfect. In this movie, he is the god killer, and he's doing it out of vengeance. He had a daughter, and he prayed to the gods to save his daughter, and the gods did not answer him, and the daughter ended up dying. So then he is now going on a vengeance trip with this sword that is a god killer to kill all gods that are not worthy of just being who they are. So he's trying to do this entire movie, and Thor, Jane Foster, and Valkyrie are going after him. They're going to this planet that hosts all of the gods in the galaxy, and they're trying to seek help. They don't find the help, and then eventually, Christian Bale ends up kidnapping all of these kids. Actually, big plot hole. The kids are kidnapped first, and then they go to seek help from the gods. They don't help, and now they go on their own, and they go to fight Christian Bale. Obviously, I'm skipping over some crucial details. If you want to see these details, I really encourage just watching the movie. It was a good watch, and it's not a waste of time, but it's probably not going to be one I'm going to be watching on repeat like Thor Ragnarok. I know that was just a bunch of rambling nonsense about this movie, but like I said, it was a good movie, not my favorite. I hope they do something better in the future with this, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, I've been watching a few other things. I've been watching the most recent episodes of Westworld. Absolutely great show, never disappoints. And I also just started watching a new show on Apple TV called Blackbird with Taron Egerton. Absolutely wonderful show. He plays the part of a busted drug dealer who gets put in prison, and then they give him a deal to go to another prison to spy on another prisoner who is a suspected serial killer, but they cannot prove it. Wonderful show. I love Taron Egerton in most things that he's in. He's great as Robin Hood, great in The Kingsman, and I love them as Elton John. Other than those new episodes for those shows, I am now just still playing the waiting game for new things. I recently rewatched the first 2 seasons of Ted Lasso, and that show is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite shows. The more I watch it, the better it gets. And now I'm just really excited for the 3rd season. I heard that it was supposed to come out this summer. The summer's almost over though, so I don't know how true that's going to be, but hopefully it comes out this month in August. Also, Cobra Kai Season 5 comes out in September, and I am so pumped for that. I hope it's good. I can't believe it's not going to be good, but we'll see. I think a lot of people have struggles with ending shows good, so that's the only skepticism that I have with Ted Lasso Season 3 and Cobra Kai Season 5. But that is it for this episode. It was a shorter episode because I had to cram one in. I wanted to talk about some things I'm excited about. Apologies again for my weird rambling on about Thor. Those are my actual thoughts, but it might not make sense if you listen to it. I'll try my best to record as many things as I can and put them out. I don't know when the next episode will be. I'm hoping I'll be able to record things on my days off when I watch them and send them out for the next episode, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe if you're listening to this on YouTube, and I will catch you on the next Finkle Cast.